anime fans, My Hero Academia fans, or Boku no Hero Academia fans, whichever one you prefer. What's good? The answer to that question, of course, is My Hero Academia. That is what's good right now. This series is hype, it's amazing, it's awesome. We got the League of Villains going up against the Meta Liberation Army. And that is as hype as you can get. The Meta Liberation Army has got members in the hundred thousands, I believe 110,000 members, because 90% of one town, civilians, heroes, police officers, are all members of this army. This army is fighting to release the regulations set on the quirks of humanity and make everybody be able to use their quirks freely with no restraints. Which, of course, is not a good idea, because then quirks will run too rampant. But they believe that the regulations placed on quirks are tyrannical, so they are fighting to get rid of them. And they believe the League of Villains is in their way, because the League of Villains is very popular right now. So if they take down the League of Villains, they will get a ton of clout, and people will turn their attention toward the Meta Liberation Army, and more people will flock to them who agree with their ideals. But for that to happen, they have to be on the top of the news. But right now the League of Villains is, so their aim is to take down the League of Villains. And yo, this is pretty awesome. We saw like 3 guys in chapter 224 come at my boy Tomura Shigaraki, and Shigaraki's just like boom and just takes them out. He just disintegrates them, and you could just see him thinking, get out of here, like, you trash, you're fodder. But what's going to happen in chapter 225 and onward? I believe Shigaraki is going to fight Rikiya Yotsubashi, the current leader of the Meta Liberation Army, the son of Chikara Yotsubashi, who was the first leader of the army. His son resurrected it. But the thing about Chikara, the Destro, he was compared to all for one by Gentle, the gentle criminal. Gentle, he was like he said all the amazing villains of times past, all for one. Destro, referring to Chikara, and he said one more guy. I think it was Oja Hajime, the thief. I don't think that was it exactly, but it was something the thief. I think it was something Hajime the thief. But those 3 men he put in one breath, like as if they were on the same caliber. They're not going to be as strong as All for One, but they're going to be close, I believe. So I believe Destro is probably like the 2nd strongest criminal that was ever around, or maybe he was below the thief guy, Hajime the thief, whatever the first part of his name was. So Destro, his son, Rikiya, the CEO of the Detner, I forget the rest of the company name, but the CEO of that clothes company, he's got all these resources because of that. He's a multi-millionaire, maybe a billionaire. I don't remember if they said he was a billionaire, but at least a multi-millionaire. And he's got funds to fund this army. And they got 100,000 people. And the League of Villains got what, like 15 or something. If we're counting their shadow allies. Like, right now, I don't even think they got 15 that we see most of the time. They got Spinner, I just blanked out on this name. But they got Spinner, of course they got Shigaraki, they got Twice, but they don't even have 15, I don't even think. They don't have 15, I know that, they have less than that. But they have some shadow allies, so. But anyway, Shigaraki versus Redestro is going to be an epic fight. I believe we're going to see that in the next few chapters, and we're going to see Redestro's quirk, because we do not know his abilities. All we saw him do was strangle his teddy bear assistant, and so at first I thought that he was Gigantomachia, but then that was cleared up because it showed him, and then it showed Gigantomachia, and Gigantomachia kind of looks like Redestro, but not really. But Gigantomachia is another player in this war that is going on right now, because Gigantomachia is trying to track down Shigaraki and destroy him because he is not living up to the standards of All for One. But Gigantomachia, when he sees the Liberation Army and realizes they're trying to destroy everything that All for One built, he's going to go on a rampage against them. I believe, and then when that happens, Shigaraki will be able to subdue the weakened Gigantomachia, thus making the Gigantomachia his subordinate, and they will have more firepower. And Shigaraki versus Redestro. Of course, Shigaraki's not going to beat him right now, because Shigaraki is pretty weak. He's strong, for sure. But then, if you're comparing him to, like, All for One or something, he's kind of subpar, obviously. So, what I think's gonna happen is Shigaraki and Redestro are gonna fight. And then, once that happens, it's probably gonna be more of a draw. None of them are gonna lose, and both sides are gonna fall back. Either that, or the League of Villains is going to retreat and escape, because, like, at the odds they are against, they're not gonna be able to fight. They're not gonna be able to fight the Liberation Army like this, when the Liberation Army got 100,000 guys, and they don't even have 15. So, they're gonna have to pull back. But I believe once they pull back, they're gonna start gathering a ton of allies, spreading Stain's message. And when that happens, they are going to launch. They're gonna fight back, and there's gonna be a full-scale war between the Liberation Army, and there's gonna be a whole full-scale war against the Liberation Army and the League of Villains, and that's where Deku and the UA High School and probably all the other schools and all the heroes, they're gonna get in between that war. And of course, we're gonna probably see more of Eri and see what she has to offer in this arc, so things are pretty exciting. This war, it's going to be epic. League of Villains versus the Meta Liberation Army. It's always awesome when two villains fight each other. That's always hype to see. So, in case my thoughts were a little lost, recount of what I'm trying to say here. I'm saying, I believe Shigaraki and Yotsubashi, Rikia Yotsubashi, Redestro, are gonna fight. They're gonna have some kind of draw, either that or Shigaraki's gonna lose, and the League of Villains are gonna pull back. And the Meta Liberation Army might also pull back, or they might just kinda chase after them, but the League of Villains escape. The League of Villains are gonna build up their allies, because when they attacked the UA summer camp, we haven't seen, like, lots of those guys were captured and whatnot, but they're gonna build up their alliance, and they're gonna build up a ton of allies, and then we're gonna have this full-scale war between the two villain organizations, in which our favorite heroes are gonna get in the middle of. And I believe we're gonna see a lot of things that Eri's doing. Eri's gonna be using her power a lot. And Deku is gonna power up immensely. And as for Destро's power level, I don't think he's as strong as the original Destro, but I think he's one of the strongest villains in this series right now, even so. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more My Hero Academia content. I will see you in the next video.